Hello everyone on YouTube and welcome back to LM Simulation. So this week we are in Train Simulator 2022. Well done, congratulations to everyone, we are now here in the next generation of Train Simulator. When I say next generation, sort of the next iteration I think is what I mean of Train Simulator. Not much has changed, there's been a few performance improvements I would say. There was a beta scheme that they did, a program on Twitch, the guys over at Dovetail Games did, called Fast Load, and essentially you can enter that beta scheme just by inputting it into your launch options in Steam, but that has now been implemented across the board due to great feedback that's been fed back from that. And Fast Load essentially allows people on who run Train Simulator not from an SSD but they run it from a hard drive to have performance improvements when it comes to loading routes. It doesn't load so much at the start and allows the route basically to focus on loading whilst you're in the route itself, not on the loading screen. So it's a better distribution of basically performance across the game, but it doesn't really affect you if you're on an SSD. Things will load pretty quickly. This scenario here is a scenario that I've chosen to sort of launch Train Simulator 2022 with, and basically showcase the Eurostar, the Class 374. So this is an add-on that is available, and it's a reskin that is also available. And this scenario hasn't been released and will not be released. For details I won't go into, there won't be any further scenario releases this year until the foreseeable future. But that's just on the side note. So this scenario might be released in the future if there are prospects of a possibility of scenario releases in the future. Anyhow, so this sort of scenario is on London's Faversham, and you're driving a Class 374 Eurostar from just outside of Ebbsfleet, and as you can see, early morning service or early evening service, one of the two. And this is a Marne-la-Vallée service. So Marne-la-Vallée is a destination that Eurostar serves seasonally. It is purely served on the outskirts of Paris. It is not Paris itself, so Paris goes to Paris Gare du Nord, which is the main station for Eurostar in Paris, and it's the main station for your international services to London. But there is another station in Paris that Eurostar serve, and people don't realise this, and it is on the outskirts of Paris. It's called Marne-la-Vallée, and I would like to go to this place one day because it's a gorgeous station, and it is a hotspot for people going to Disney World, or is it Disneyland? I can never get it right. One of the two is in Florida, the other one is in Paris. I think it's Disney World Paris and Disneyland Florida. I think that's how it is, either or the other way around, I can't remember. Anyway, so this is a seasonal service that is aimed at getting people to Disneyland, Disney World, whatever it is. This is essentially, this focuses on that, and this is the return service back from Marne-la-Vallée through to London St Pancras. Now the reason I'm doing this as a launch for Train Simulator 2022 is because we've had some fantastic news recently from the guys over at Atlantic High Speed, who are designing a route that uses the Channel Tunnel. It's I think it's one of the first or second routes that has used the Channel Tunnel in Train Simulator. I do have an existing route that covers the Channel Tunnel, but I can't show it because I can't get it to work. The scenery assets don't load. I've tried downloading all the required files for that route. It's a freeware route, but it just doesn't want to work. So I'm just going to wait till Atlantic High Speed comes out, which has been a work in progress for over 5 years now, if I can remember. But it's still not come out. But so we're edging ever closer. And Marne-la-Vallée is famous for train spotters of Eurostar to be focused on the Class 373 Eurostar sets. So if you still want, because there are a few 373s, all the refurbished ones back out on Eurostar. If you still want a 373, the best service you can bag is the Marne-la-Vallée, and the reason for that is because it is essentially, it's a people buster, and they would prefer to have these 374s on the core routes, and then allow people who want to go to Eurostar to make the most of the 373, basically, an extra service, and that means you don't have to take a 374 out. But we don't have a 373 in the game. 373 is being made with Atlantic High Speed, so that will be coming out very soon anyway. Without further ado, we will get into this. All links to sort of how you can get this will be in the will be in the description, so do keep an eye out for that. Obviously the scenario won't be available, but the reskins will, if you want to get this, and the ICE train that this is focused on. I can't remember what it is, the ICE T or ICE, I can't remember, ICE 4 or something like that, I have no idea. There's too many ICE trains to focus on. This is essentially an ICE train, and it's been reskinned by someone who's done an incredible job. So let's get into the scenario. Welcome to Train Sim 2022. Not much has changed. Do forgive me and the lack of the overhead wires. This is because this scenario starts outside of Ebbsfleet, and Dovetail Games really haven't done much scenery outside of Ebbsfleet. They've done literally nothing. So that's a bit sad. Anyway, let's get straight in and set the train up. Sounds a little bit sort of. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's what we want to be, and then we'll have the headlights on max. So this is the reverser, which we'll put on forward, and then I believe that's the headlight setup and everything. Yep. Is there any? Is that the highest headlight beam that they do? Oh dear. Not too sure. I think that must be the highest headlight beam. Yeah, that is the highest. Okay, let's get going. We are due to stop at the next station coming up, which is Ebbsfleet, and then we're non-stop through to London St Pancras International. No TVM 430. It is in the real one, but it does not feature in this, unfortunately, because it's not a Eurostar train. This is a nice train. So just release your brakes. It's a fantastic noise, this train. I don't know if any of you have gone to London St Pancras, and I know you have to stand behind glass, but when they depart, they are very loud, and I like it. I really like it when they depart. Best place to go if you want to catch them departing, I would say, is try and find a train that departs from the closest platform to the southeastern high speed platforms, and then go up there, and they can let you on even if you say you're train spotted. They're quite nice on the barriers there. So we are stopping at Ebbsfleet, which is our next stop. Running a little bit late, so I had to do the intro for the video. So anyway, but welcome to Train Simulator 2022. Not all that much has changed. In fact, this looks very, very similar to Train Sim 2021 to me. But it's you know, it's the next generation. We're moving forward. Maybe stuff will be released to Train Sim 2022. We'll have to wait and see. I know there's a lot going on for Train Sim World 2 at the moment, and we'll be covering this. Don't worry at all. And anyone who's thinking or wondering if I'm going to cover the Class 185 by Alan Thompson Sim, that will be coming up. Yep, that is on the back burner at the moment. I'm hoping that'll come up probably later this year, I reckon. But it's not going to be yet, unfortunately. So let's start to slow down for Ebbsfleet. We have got a 16 coach train, remember, so this is Eurostar for you. I'd like to brake nice and early because you don't know what it's going to be like. I also think this is kilometres an hour, or if it is miles an hour, might be miles an hour. God knows. What does this thing say I'm doing? Bremsen fahren. Oh, 64. Yeah, sorry, that is kilometres an hour. This is miles an hour, so 39. Okay, that's good. Happy with that. So welcome to Ebbsfleet International, which is our first station calling point. This is a very basic scenario. There is no AI, I don't believe, apart from static maybe. I made this scenario a long time ago when I wanted just to do a non-stop service through to London St Pancras International. And now that this route is in Train Sim World, maybe we might be able to recreate this with a Eurostar train in Train Sim World 2. That would be incredible. Anyway, there's only selected platforms that the Eurostars stop at here at Ebbsfleet, because some of the platforms go directly up to immigration and security, and these platforms, which I believe are the 395 platforms over here, they don't. They just go up to... No idea. No idea. Don't speak German. Yeah, so these platforms over here, they don't lead to immigration. They're much shorter, as you can see. So I think there's only two, maybe three platforms here at Ebbsfleet that can accommodate the Eurostar trains. And we have to go all the way out. This is early evening. Accommodate those coming back from Disneyland, Disney World. Someone's going to have to correct me on that. I'm never going to get it right, am I? There we go. Lovely. Super. Let's open the doors. So, welcome to Ebbsfleet International. I'll show you a little bit around this train. I'll get a nice little screenshot while we're here, actually. It's a nice spot to get a screenshot. Night time. Ebbsfleet International. Way out sorted. So, welcome to the Eurostar. By press number 5, you have the passenger view, which is impressive, but in IC condition. You can see ice coming up there. Very nice indeed. Wow. Yeah, lovely passenger. Right, don't know how long we're here for. We're here till past. Okay, that's good. This is the back of our train. You can see we're 374. And I'm going to do an outside departure here because I just love the way this train sounds when it departs. It makes a fantastic sort of noise as it leaves. Got all the international signalling systems over here for France and whatnot. A lot of this you'll recognise from the TGV, so a very international train these, definitely. But I've been in the cabin of a 374 and this looks exactly like it, to be honest. As they said, they were delivered pretty much as they were with ICE, but with a few instrumental changes to be able to allow the TVM 430 to fit in, stuff like that. I've got a picture, I believe, somewhere of the interior of a Class 374 cab. I'll have to try and dig that photo out sometime. But it's got PZB, as you can see, all German signalling system, and God knows how to do that. But you've got your blind over here, I believe, which you can pull down as required, all the way or some of the way. I'm going to pull it down a little bit because I think it's a bit unrealistic to have the full. I'm going to pull it back to there. I think that would do. Yeah, that would do. Lovely. So it's a very, very nice train to enjoy to drive. As you can see, it's written as 407005-8. God knows what that means. It's it's not BR class 407, but a Deutsch class 407, acting as a class 374 in this particular scenario. Anyway, lovely evening here in the UK. Let's go outside and watch us depart. So. Go. Off we go into the abyss. Was it me or did I hear the pantograph arc at the end? I swear I heard it. I heard it as noise. This pantograph is sparking up. Playing games, it really was. Right. Stratford. It's retained the name Stratford International, but it is possibly the only international station in the world where you can't go international. It's brilliant. That's how we do things in Britain. Things that just don't make sense.
train. There are trains out there that can do it.
see our train pass at high speed. So enjoy this. That is how you walk through Stratford Station. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant to watch those trains pass at high speed. Pity you can't do that when it's actually on TVM 430, but anyway, we have now just passed Stratford. We are now not far, I must admit, from arriving into St Pancras. We're now just a matter of miles, and these miles will come down very quickly as we head towards St Pancras. It's not far, 5 miles. It may take a couple of minutes, less than that potentially, when you're doing things like this in speeds as high as this. So you start braking basically as soon as you pass Stratford, I reckon. Although obviously it's traffic dependent. If there's more traffic, you brake heavier. So we're about down to 125 now, which is good. Making good time to St Pancras International. Should have a lovely arrival into this bustling, buzzing station. I've spent lots and lots of time at St Pancras International. It's a wonderful station. I do enjoy travelling to it. From it. I've been in London for quite a while now, actually, to be honest. Not really got any need anymore. I used to go quite regularly, but it's quite a long way from me now, so it's quite a big obligation to go down to London if you wanted to go, so it's not just down the road. So here we go, we've got our 25-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up, so we'll just slow down for that now. We're going to arrive in platform 10 at St Pancras International. So if you want to know where you can get this train, or where you can get this route, or where you can get this reskin, just hit down in the comments. I'll have everything linked into there except the scenario. It's not really worth releasing the scenario anyway because there's no AI. It's a very simple scenario to create. It took me about, I must admit, probably took me about 8 minutes to make this scenario from start to finish, if that. And it's a very fun scenario to show off, the night aspect of this game. Especially as we now head into the AWS part of the route. I didn't quite slow down quick enough, but I'm going to count that as a victory for me. Lovely, here we go, it's platform number 10 at St Pancras. That was a nice fun high-speed run from Ebbsfleet through to St Pancras. I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to go a lot further than Ebbsfleet. Obviously, I'm not sure if the Class 374 has AWS signalling. I couldn't make it out when I was in there, but I'll have to double check my cab photo. But it must have AWS signalling, because it's got to, because AWS signalling is part of the signalling system. I mean, these 374s are insane. They have to have Dutch signalling, they have to have French signalling, they have to have Belgian signalling, which is different to Dutch and French. And then on top of that, you've then got to have potentially German signalling, KZB, in case they ever expand into Germany, which they might do. Then they've got to have British signalling, TBM 430. Then you've got to have KZB. I think there's a part of this, like coming into St Pancras here, there's KZB, and there's another part of it that's AWS. So these trains must have about 8 types of signalling in them in total. That is insane. 8 types of signalling. Wow. Honestly, fantastic. And that platform there is the platform you want to stand on if you want to film some fantastic departures of Eurostar trains.
Türfreigabe.
It keeps coming on.
Türfreigabe.
Church.
Türfreigabe.
What he's saying. You've got your class 395 there, the Javelin on the left hand side. You've got number 374 on here on the right. That's the poppy one, that. Looks at it. Nice to see. Anyway, welcome to St Pancras International. Don't like that horn. Very weird horn, must admit. I love that sound. Gorgeous sound of the 374. It's a Siemens, this train. I'll tell you what, it does a good job, really does. Anyways, we're going to pull up to a halt here at St Pancras International. I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's a very short video this week because I am away this weekend. So by the time this goes live, I will indeed be away. But I will be back in the next week. Keep an eye out for some more videos here on LM Simulation, but for now, thank you very much for watching this brilliant video, and welcome now to St Pancras International. Everyone alight, this train terminates here. I'll see you next week, and see you next time here on LM Simulation. All the best, take care, and ta-ra.